All right, let's take a look at review. Thank you. You're welcome. 4.3 review. Today's date is the 10th. And it's first hour. So the first set of problems, 1 through 8, says to find the given element using the following matrices. So we're given a matrix A and we're given a matrix B, and it wants us to find the element in A that's in row 3, column 2. So remember that the first number comes from the rows. So here our rows are 1, 2, 3. The second number comes from the columns. So our columns here are 1, 2, 3. And I'm listing it on A because that's looking at matrix A, because it's a little a. So row 3, column 2 is going to be -8. Okay. Let's try 1 through 8 on our own and see what we get. All right, number 10, what did you get for number 2? For B1, 2? 4. So you're in matrix B, row 1, column 2. That is a 4. I like it. Number 9, what did you get for number 3? A1, 3? -5 looks good. Matrix A, row 1, column 3. We're at -5. Good. Number 13, what did you get for number 4? 8. So we're in matrix B, row 2, column 1 is 8. Number 5, A2, 3. Number 2, what'd you get? -6. So we're in matrix A, row 2, column 3, -6. Looks good. All right, number 6, 11. B2, 2. So B, row 2, column 2, -3. Looks good. Number 7. What did you get number 16? Number 16, what'd you get? Oh, for number 7, yes. Number 7 on the assignment. 12. So A, we're in row 3, column 3, 12 looks good to me. All right, number 8, last one for this section. Number 7, what'd you get for 8? -1. So looking at B, we're in row 2, column 3, -1 looks good. All right, give me a 1 through 5. I got numbers 1 through 8 down. I'm going to get those right on my quiz. Awesome sauce. Okay. Find the dimensions of the given matrices. So here we have 4 matrices. What are the dimensions? Number 4. This first one. A 4 by 3. Very good. Remember, again, you do rows by columns. So first count your rows. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And then count your columns. 1, 2, 3. 3 columns. And then if you write them on the left side and down at the bottom, then they're already in the order they need to be for the dimensions. This is a 4 by 3. Okay. Number 3, what did you get for 10? 2 by 3 looks good to me. How about number 2? What did you get for 11? 2 by 2. Very good. And the last one there, number 6, what did you get? What is it? How many rows do you have when you count down the side? 1, 2. So you have 2 rows. By how many columns do you have? Just 1. So a 2 by 1 matrix. Okay? Give me a 1 through 5 on how do you feel about finding the dimensions. How do we feel about those ones? Okay, cool. Next one, it says, according to a survey of 3 prom sites, 10 juniors and 15 seniors voted for Site A. 45 juniors and 67 seniors voted for Site B. 32 juniors and 10 seniors voted for Site C. Organize the data into a 3x2 matrix with labels. Go ahead and do that now. Okay? A 3x2 matrix. So we want 3 rows, 2 columns. All right. Number 15. What's one thing that I should put on my 3x2 matrix here? Number 15. What's one thing that I need to label here on my matrix? Okay, where does that go? On this top. So we have juniors and we have seniors. If you want to write out the whole word, sure, but J and S, they're different, so close enough. Okay. Number 13, what else do I need to have here on my labeled?
On the row side, you have A, B, and C.
A, B, and C. Very good. Okay, so we have 3 different sites, right? So Site A, Site B, Site C. That looks like an E, but it's not. It's a C. Okay. Number 8. What else can I put on in my matrix here? The numbers. Okay, so what's the number here that are juniors for Site A? 10. And what's the number for seniors for Site A? 15. Good. Okay. Number 5, what is the junior and senior numbers for Site B? 45 and 67. Good. And number 2, what are my last 2 numbers down here? What's this one here? 32 juniors for Site C. How many seniors? 10. There we go. Okay, give me 1 through 5. I can organize data into matrices. All right, let's flip it over, and we actually have to do some math, some operations now. So, it says to perform the indicated operations if the matrix, that's spelled wrong, go speed, matrix, does not exist, write not possible and explain why. Okay? So, number 14. Number 11, is that possible? Can you do that problem?
No.
Number 11. Person number 11. Is this one possible? Can you do it? What do you have to do when you have 4 times a matrix? Yep, you're going to multiply the 4 by every number inside. We call those number elements. So 4 times each element. So we are going to do 4 times -1 is -4. 4 times 2 is 8. And you can put those right in your calculator, okay? If you don't know those mental multiplication tables, put them right in your calculator. 4 times 2 is 8. Find those bottom 3 numbers. Number 3, what did you get for those bottom 3 numbers? And what was the last one? 28, good. All right, go ahead and try number 15 on your own. All right, so there's what you should get. All right, so moving on to number 16 where we have adding. Number 3, tell me, how do I add matrices? I can't add that one? Why not? Okay, so I'm going to write not possible because I can't do it. And I have to explain why, so what's my reasoning there? They would have to have the same dimension. So let's show that they're not the same dimensions. Number 2, what are the dimensions of this first matrix here? A 3 by 3 plus, number 4, what are the dimensions of that second matrix there? Number 4. What are the dimensions of this second matrix here? A 2 by 3. So we have a 3 by 3 plus a 2 by 3. Not possible to add. You have to have the same dimensions. Or you could have written they do not have the same dimensions. Okay. Number 17. Number 8. What are we going to do to subtract matrices? This one's not possible. How come? The dimensions are not the same. Okay, now let's state what those dimensions are. Number 12, what are the dimensions of this first matrix? A 1 by 3 minus, what are the dimensions of the second matrix? A 2 by 2. Those do not have the same dimensions. Number 18, again, we're adding. Number 13, how do I add matrices together?
You would take 3 and add it to the 1, 5 and add it to 0, and 1 add it to 2.
Yeah, so you have to do the 3 added to the 1 because those are in the same spot. You have to take 5 and add it to the 0 because those are in the same spot. 1 and add it to the 2 because those are in the same spot. So our answer is going to have the same dimensions that we started with. We have a 3 by 1 plus a 3 by 1. So our answer has to be a 3 by 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So this first number, when I took the 3 and added 1 to it, what did I get? 4. When I took the 5 and added 0 to it, what do I get? And when I took 1 and added 2 to it, what do I get? That's your final answer. Number 19, this one we are adding matrices. Number 9, what's my answer? What are the dimensions of my answer that's going to be here?
2 by 2.
A 2 by 2. So we have a 2 by 2 plus a 2 by 2 gives me a 2 by 2. How do I go about doing this one?
You just add both of them together in the same spot.
Okay, use the same spots, add them together. So the 3 and the negative 2 are in the same spot. What do those add to? 1. 2 plus 6? 8. Negative 4 plus 1? Negative 3. Negative 1 plus 0. There we go. That's your final answer. Yes?
Do you have to write like a 2 by 2 plus 2 by 2?
No. No. As long as you get the answer, I'm fine. Number 20. This one is subtraction. Okay. Number 10. How do we subtract matrices?
Just subtract the numbers in the same spot.
Subtract the numbers in the same spot. So our answer has to be what dimensions here?
0.
What dimensions is my
I'm sorry.
dimensions?
1 by 3, right?
1 by 3, yep. Okay, so 1 by 3. So the negative 1 minus 1 is?
0. Oh, 2. My bad. Yeah. 2.
Not 2. Negative 2. Negative 1 minus 1. Put it in your calculator. Okay. All right, next one. 2 minus negative 3. What do we get? 5. 2 minus negative 3 turns into 2 plus 3, which is 5. Negative 6 minus 2. What do we get? Negative 8. We'll do 22 first because that 21's the harder version of it. It's easy? Well, that's good. Number 7, what do we get for number 22? How are we going to do this one? subtract them. So our answer is going to be the same dimensions, 2 by 2, 2 by 2, 2 by 2. Okay. So in this first spot, what do I do? 1 minus negative 5 is? 6. And then what goes in this spot? 5 minus 2 is 3, yep. Okay. And this one?
Negative 2.
Negative 2, and then what?
Negative 6.
Minus 4 is? Negative 6, good. And what do we do to get to the last spot?
Why? I think I did that 6, 3. You put it in the wrong spot.
I did?
Yeah, you said negative 6. Wait.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Put it in this spot. We have negative 2 minus 4.
Wait. I put it in the wrong spot.
Oh, you put it in the wrong spot. Okay.
That'd be
So this last one, what's the math that we do to get this last number? Negative 6 minus 0, and we get
negative 6.
negative 6. Both those bottom numbers are negative 6. Good. All right. Now, what do you do for number 21? What do I do? Okay, so I can multiply everything in here by 4. Yeah, that's the same as what I did in number 14. So if I want to, I can just look at number 14 for that answer. 4 times this is exactly what I did. So what I got when I did that was negative 4, 8, 8, negative 12, negative 24, 28. This was number 14. So maybe just make a little side note there. Okay. Now we just better hope that we did 14 correctly. Because if we messed up 14, then that means we're messing up 21 if we just took that answer without doing it again. Okay. So maybe do it a second time and then just compare and make sure you get the same thing both times. Okay. Then what? Okay, so then this is number 15. You could do it that way. So number 15 is, oh, that's not 15.
The top 2 rows.
Oh, the top 2 rows of 15. Okay. So, yep, that matches the top 2 rows of 15. Okay, so 15, negative 15, negative 6, negative 6, negative 12, negative 12. And don't copy that bottom row because that's not part of this problem. Where'd my whiteout go? Okay, then what? What's this? What goes in between there? Did this turn into multiplication? There's no sign there anymore, so it's multiplication? I'm adding them. Okay? Because the negative 3, this turned into 4 times this plus negative 3 times that. Okay? That's how I changed it. I changed it to adding a negative because I knew what negative 3 times that was. So that'll work. So it's adding those two. Do we know how to add matrices? Yeah, you're just going to add everything in the same spot. So we have a 2 by 2, a 2 by 3, a 2 by 3. Our answer will be a 2 by 3. Number 11, what do I get in this spot here? How do I get this spot? What operation do I do? Negative 4 plus 15, which is? 11. Okay. Number 16, how do I get this spot here in the middle? 8 plus negative 15, and what do I get? Negative 7. That's right, negative 7's right. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, what about this one here? Number 15. How do I get this last one? Both. 8 and negative 6, and you get 2. Okay. Number 6, what about this one? Negative 12 and what number? A negative 6. So negative 12 plus negative 6 is? Negative 18. Okay, that middle, bottom and middle, we have the bottom middle and bottom middle. So what's negative 24 plus negative 12? How about number 9?
I had a totally different answer because I don't know how, because I had it like subtracting, I guess, instead of adding.
Okay, well we have to add it. So what is negative 24 plus negative 12?
Negative 36.
There you go, negative 36. Okay. Number 8, what do we get in this last spot? Okay, how'd you get that?
You had 28 and 12.
Good. 28 and negative 12 makes 16. So number 9, if you had yours to still be subtraction, okay, if you wanted to go that route, then we would not have done previous answer stuff. We would have instead taken the 4 and distributed to each of those elements, and we would have ended up with negative 4, 8, 8, negative 12, negative 24, 28. And if we were subtracting, then we would only have taken the 3 and multiplied by each of those things. Do you see that? If we want to leave that subtraction sign in the middle, then we would have had a negative 15, a positive 15, a 6, a 6, a 12, and a 12. And what we would have ended up with is doing a subtraction of each of those elements instead of adding. So we'd have negative 4 minus negative 15, which here we had negative 4 plus 15. Well, negative 4 minus a negative is negative 4 plus 15. So we're doing the exact same problems. They're just represented a little bit differently. And our final answer will still be this right here. Okay. That makes sense. But I don't care which way you decide to do your work on those ones. Okie doke. But you have to show me what you have to show me this step though. Okay. You can't go from this and then put your answer down. Does that make sense? So on your quiz, you need to show me what are you actually doing here. Alrighty.